Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Captain Marvel Monday. Kicking it off early today, and this is an article that popped up yesterday in my on my Google landing page. And what I find interesting is there had been some Echo Twitter feeds that had put out my video, I believe, covering the same topic, where we had Brie Larson, some movie sets, pictures that kind of confuse people as to what Captain Marvel is going to be doing in Endgame. So we have from cheatsheet.com, Brie Larson finally explained those confusing in-game set photos. So let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Whenever a new photo or trailer comes out promoting a big franchise like the MCU, fans analyze it like archaeologists, that's for sure. And looking at every pixel, yeah, I mean, it is amazing how many videos you'll see of, the 39 things you missed from the such and such trailer. And, the trailer will be 2.5 minutes, and yet someone's critique of the trailer will be an hour long. Sometimes the information they glean is useful. Sometimes I think the movie makers troll the fans and put stuff in. I mean, we know this with Rogue One, where they shot whole scenes that had nothing to do with the movie just to be in the trailer. I also know that they edit and take stuff out and all that kind of stuff. I get it, especially after a first trailer. It's not because, but other times it's not, because when it comes to set photos and trailers and things aren't always what they seem, especially when it comes to Marvel. Brie Larson made that clear when she explained that what she was really doing on a much debated set photo. What fans thought about, okay. Some time ago, a photo circulated of Larson in her Captain Marvel costume while doing a fight scene. The setting appeared to be Vormir, the place of the Soul Stone, where a person who wants the stone has to sacrifice something near and dear to get to them to get it. Yeah, I remember this. This is, and I did video. This is the video that it popped up the other day. It was really odd too, because it was like, I don't mind, but, sometimes my stuff gets echoed a little bit too late. In Avengers Infinity War, Thanos killed Gamora to get the stone. In Avengers Endgame, when the heroes went back in time to get the stone, Black Widow famously sacrificed herself so Hawkeye could get the stone. Yeah, and there's a lot of symmetry there with the way that she's laying there and the way Gamora was laying there. So what was Captain Marvel doing on Vormir? Fans began to theorize that she had something to do with that battle, especially after Marvel revealed the scene was originally much more elaborate. Thanos appeared on the scene, and there was a battle with Natasha dying an even uglier death than she ultimately got before the filmmakers decided to scale back the sequence to what we see in Endgame now, with Natasha and Clint having their fight, but with no Thanos in sight and certainly no Captain Marvel. So let's get to it finally. So here's this is on the set, and I know that this is an action scene, and then I think sometimes some of them, I think she was just sitting there. It does look like there's a platform on that shoe. That's kind of weird. But what I also find interesting is, especially like if you look at Robert's costume. Oh, I can't do that. There's so many elements that are CGI on some of this stuff. It's pretty wild. With Marvel fans, so we have photos from my first camera test in full costume. We're still trying to figure out what the signature move should be. Okay, that makes sense. Considering this came out before, they were filming this before the Captain Marvel movie. With Marvel fans should learn by now, trying to never to trust their own eyes or ears. Larson posted the photo on her Instagram. Although this was a Vormir set, the moment was never meant to be part of any movie. Whether it was Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, or Avengers Infinity War. It was simply a camera test to see how the costume looked. I was still learning how to move in a leather wetsuit. Good times, she wrote. Yeah, and that's pretty true. Some of these things they're pretty tight and pretty difficult to figure out what you're going to do. And, obviously they're going to put CGI elements around what you're doing. So you have to make your actions look dynamic enough for what, like, I guess this is, if she's sending out her energy beam or something like that, it has to look dynamic enough. Larson said in several interviews that she filmed in her first scenes for Marvel and Avengers Endgame, even though Captain Marvel came out first. As a consequence, Larson didn't fully know what her powers were supposed to be. Yeah, and I've also covered some stuff where they talk about her suit, they talk about her haircut, because a lot of this was done backwards. Such confusion is not uncommon among Marvel actors, such as Tom Holland, who had been known to ask exactly who they're fighting. So secret is Marvel that they don't always tell the actors what's going on in the script. Absolutely, especially when 11 years of buildup. You cannot let the secret out before. So a lot of people had fake script scenes that they're not in. Even scenes that they're in, they'll film multiple versions of the same scene, not knowing which one's actually going to be chosen. Given all this good nature subterfuges, any Wonder Gwyneth Paltrow never seems to know what movie she's working on at any given moment. Nope, probably not. Marvel is not about above fibbing in the name of promotion. Marvel's movies are such malleable creations that they're often being rewritten after principal photography has been completed and the editor has begun shaping the final movie, especially with stories as complex as the one in Infinity War and Endgame. Change and Inevitable agreed. However, fans noticed that the Infinity War trailer showed the Hulk in his usual green and form changing in the Battle of Wakanda. However, in the final film, Banner actually struggles to make Hulk appear and wears the Iron Man Hulk Buster armor during the battle. Yep. Yeah, what do you mean no? It's not all uncommon for trailers to include footage that ultimately doesn't get used. The trailers are usually cut before the film is finished, so something may not play exactly as the trailer shows it. However, one could also argue that this fibbing is preferable to a trailer that actually gives plot points away. In any event, complaints about the Marvel movies blow away like dust from a Thanos snap because the grosses speak for themselves. And I think that's it. Yep. So screen test, essentially. Well, I'm a little bit more in a screen test. So we have the great. How are we going to move in this outfit? What's it look like? Sometimes, depending on camera angles and things, a move from one angle looks good and from another angle looks horrible. So you got to get that down. So I completely understand. And if they happen to be filming on this set that day that she was available to come in and do this, that makes sense to have her do it on that set, and maybe release some photos about it. So, I mean, I remember all this speculation of what was going on, and just a test was one of them. And, she says it in her own, what is this? Is this Instagram? Yeah. Photos from my first camera test in full costume. So there you go. We were still figuring out what her signature moves would be. Although this doesn't have a date. I don't know if I can, let's see. I'm going to see if, I don't want to view her profile. Here it is. Maybe is this a recent post? March 5th. So, all right. So that's a recent post. So now, there's her and Gal Gadot going at it, strangling each other. One of my more popular recent videos. Yeah, this is so bizarre. This one is so weird, I must say. She's got some very strange, she looks very weird there. Anyway, I'm done. So there we go. There is the real reason. No weird speculation. No need to go crazy. It's just a test, folks. That's all it was about. All right. So thank you, Brie, for clearing all that up. So what do you think? Do you think this is just a bunch of do about nothing at the time? Just, a way to get more attention? I don't know. But all I know is that it ends up being a article that Channel Dad Bryon Lape reads to everybody. And, this is Captain Marvel Monday. And that's what I said. People say I don't have to look for this stuff. It finds me and I report it. All right. Thank you very much and goodbye. All right. Yeah, this was supposed to be live 10 minutes ago. So, all right. I don't know. Maybe the trolls will find me again. Yesterday I was way too low. So we'll see. 3, 2, 1.